You're watching iRacing on the Ghostfire Media Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 3 of the AOLL TNT Guitar Addict series live from Iowa Speedway. I'll be your host tonight, Larry Patrick, alongside my colleague Adam Wood.
How's it going on, everybody? Well, it's a double header here. We had the truck series here last night. We got the TNT series here tonight. So some of the drivers were in the actual race last night and did the truck series to get a nice warm-up for their TNT race here tonight.
Yeah, they did, and it should make for some good racing here tonight. These guys getting a little bit of familiarity with the track should hopefully have an idea what they're looking at coming into tonight.
I like to get their feedback after the race, you know, or during the race. Like, how does the wonderful ARCA car here compare to the truck series? Is it easier to drive? Is it not easier to drive?
Yeah, we called that race there last night, myself and Paul Henderson, and honestly, we had 2 early cautions out there. We thought we were going to have a caution fest, and then it just cleaned up and went about almost 80 laps of green flag racing.
Yeah, I mean, I could have used a caution near the end to kind of regroup, but I'll take what I've got last night. It was a solid points night for my wonderful Deadpool Ford F-150.
The good old Deadpool truck.
Yeah, he's got, you know, whenever he gives you the tip a little bit, he has the heart out front just to be like, hey, I did it with love.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Right now we got Sean Hayes, last week's winner, sitting on pole. Looking good there, running a 24.55. Right behind him, Gary Winters with the 24.62, and Blake Ziti with a 24.63, tied with Sean Carmody at a 24.63.
Yeah, these guys are out there putting on their qualifying laps. Last night, I found in the truck series, 1 and 2, you want to run middle to low lines. And for me personally, on older tires, or, you know, as the race went on, I like to be into middle to high lane in turn 3 and 4. I like to do it. I think if you give up the high line in 3 and 4, you're going to get passed. We saw many battles last night that people tried to do the low line through 3 and 4 and just could never get by.
Yeah, absolutely. We just watched David DeParis there. He was coming out of, I believe that was turn 2. Get loose, go down to the inside line there, and slam that inside wall, completely destroying that ARCA Chevy.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of David's schemes. I'm a Reese's peanut butter guy myself. I thought about making me a truck, and I noticed that he's running it, so I didn't want to create it. And then Justin also runs one of my Cup cars that I run, so I can't run the Miller High Life in the truck series. So I had to figure out. I was like, what else do I like? I was like, I'll go with Deadpool. Deadpool's always a good one.
I feel like we need to send a cease and desist order to Justin Anderson on that Miller High Life.
I run in the Cup series, so he runs. He delivers the mail in the Cup series, and I drink beers in the Cup series. So that's why he finishes in front of me, because he's not drunk.
Hey, fair enough on that one. Fair enough. Sean Hayes, still your current pole setter. Sean Carmody, though, worked his way up to second, and Gary Winters there in third.
Yeah, Gary Winters is in third. Blake Ziti's going to be in 4th. Timothy St. Jean's is going to be in 5th. We'll wait until we get the full rundown here. We'll go through everybody. There's still some people out on the track right now. Could shake some things up. I think we got Mike Wazinski out there. He's somewhere out there.
Wazinski. That's still one of my favorite names. The one car we haven't seen out there yet, Anthony Schrillo in the 529, yet to take the track for qualifying.
And we got
the O2's out there. It's registering a 1.22 lap, so he may have.
And we got the Husqvarna O2. It's coming to a stop here. Looks like, or maybe he's picking up speed. I don't know.
He is complete there. Should be complete there with his laps out. Should be coming to a stop.
I think he might just get some extra practice in.
And absolutely nothing wrong with that. Well, we look for a good, clean race here out of these ARCA Chevys. They had a great race last week. They're there last week, and I believe, how many cautions were there? 3 total, Adam?
Yeah, I believe it was 3 cautions. It was a great green flag racing that they got. And I'm hoping they can continue on and have a good green flag runs. Being able to pit under green was great last night. I hate the pit road here, but it's nice to be able to have the opportunity to have another gamble or another set of obstacles that hopefully you'll hit and your competition won't.
Absolutely. We're going to take a look here at the starting grid for tonight's race. Sean Hayes, your pole setter. Within 2nd, Sean Carmody. In 3rd, Gary Winters. 4th, Blake Ziti. 5th, Tim St. Jean. 6th, Cody Leland. In 7th, Josh Laston. 8th, Carl Henderson. 9th, John Gordon. And in 10th, Nick Adams.
In 11th, we got Tom Stevens. 12th is Mike Wazinski. 13th is David DeParis. Number 14 is the Hitman, Philip Manzo. 15th is David Wright. 16th is Blake Gordon, and Ed Springer's not in it. And if Anthony Scarillo lines up, he will be in the 16th spot. So these guys are on the grid right now. They're getting ready to go. We're just waiting for everybody to line up, and the pace car will be taking off here in a few.
Showing 80 laps here tonight at the Iowa Speedway. We definitely look forward to seeing some green flag racing. The exciting part about this track here is, kind of like you were saying earlier, you're not going to see a lot of guys that are going to make that low line work.
Yeah, I found for myself driving it. I don't know how these cars can react to it. I mean, every car is going to be different, but I found that the low line works. I mean, you can hook it, but you need that drive off the corner out of each one of them. And if somebody's on the outside of you, you can't get that drive off that you need. You want to be able to drive and be flush with the wall. And when you're in 3 and 4, you're able to get to the throttle way sooner and carry speed, and you're not putting your car at a difficult angle trying to lay down the power. You can put down the power and smoothly, just gently turn the steering wheel as you run that high line. And I think I held back Joe Densmore last night. I think at least 5-10 laps. He kept trying to dive bomb me and stay down there, and he would always come out the corner and turn 4 behind me. So I mean, you just can't give up that high line in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, you need to run the middle to low. There's a huge bump on the outside of turn 1. If you get too high on the entry of 1, there's a bump. It will unsettle that truck last night, and you'd had to get off the gas and get back into it, losing a lot of momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam, what do you expect to see tonight? Sean Carmody, obviously, he had a phenomenal race last week. Do you think he can repeat here tonight?
Yeah, he did great last night, too, as well. I think halfway 3/4 race, I think he figured it out and came up. We had a good battle for probably about 5 laps, and then he just pulled away. I was never able to catch back up to him. So, I mean, he was bad fast last night. He figured it out. Let's see if he can figure it out tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys, I definitely believe that Tim St. Jean could be a dark horse here tonight. Tim has not normally qualified very well, but here tonight he qualified very well, as you see him there at that 5th position.
Yeah. Timothy St. Jean's a good conservative, but great driver. He's out there. He'll do what he has to do to keep his car clean, and that's what this takes here if we go green the whole entire time.
It appears we're going to have 15 cars here tonight gridding up as the pace car will dump off that at turn 4 as we get ready to go green flag racing. And green flag, here we go. We see Josh Laston right away, already taking a look there on the outside. But Sean Hayes gets down to that low line. He comes around. He's going to clear Sean Carmody coming out of turn 2 and move up as we come down the backstretch early. Sean Hayes gets that early lead. Sean Carmody kind of jumps behind him. But there you go. As you were saying, Adam, running that middle to high line. They're sitting there trying to get that drive out of that corner.
66 is around going through the grass right now. He got loose coming off the corner. That's what happens here. These tires are cold, and he went around. He was able to collect it though, and he's still going. He just moved to the back of the field and lost all the spots that he started with there.
Yeah, absolutely. No caution coming out there as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, all very tight together. That's Sean Hayes, Sean Carmody, Blake Ziti, and Cody Leland. All approximately within about a half a second of each other as we come down into turn 1.
Yeah, right now Sean Hayes is trying to just keep the momentum going. He runs the middle line and he exits up high. He's going to do the same here. Blake's going to look underneath everybody there. I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off. He'll come out. Cody's going to take advantage of this and pass him, I believe. I think he's going to be able to hold on to it. To be able to take over that third position from Blake Ziti due to that move. And you get railroaded. If you take the wrong spot, you'll get railroaded. Luckily, there was nobody behind Cody, and he's able to fall in and only lose one spot there.
Yeah, absolutely. Something we've seen a lot in the trucks last night. Generally, if you try to jump down there in that low line, it's not going to do much for you. Couldn't get that drive coming out of that corner as you head down any of these straights, and that definitely made you lose a lot of positions.
Yeah, I was trying to pass Brandon Bernhardt last night, and that's exactly what happened to me. I caught him, I went underneath him, and nothing could happen. Joe filled the spot, and then Justin Anderson filled the spot, and then Sean Carmody, he filled the spot, and I just got railroaded and just went back a whole bunch of spots, and I could never recover from there.
Right now, your race leader, Sean Hayes, looking good at, but your top 4 drivers all running fairly similar lap times, even top 5, all running in that 24.65, 24.7. I guess you can even go further back as Carl Henderson with the 24.76. These guys all running very similar lap times as far as you can see.
Yeah, the CCR boys, they're coming into the frame here. Timothy St. Jean caught up to this front 4-pack, and now Carl Henderson and Josh Laston are both moving forward. Nick Adams just got past John Gordon for 8th. So people are making moves. Right now, the biggest mover we have is Dave Wright in number 43. He's made up 4 spots so far.
So far, a good run. I definitely agree. As we said earlier, you don't want to try to make that move in that low line. The more these guys start getting stacked up is when that low line becomes even more risky. You get stuck on that low line, you're going to get railroaded there on the outside, unable to get that drive coming out of these corners.
I just want to mention our favorite commenter out there, Chris Oliver's mom's out there saying, "Go hot, Carl." She is rooting for him.
Well, and it's unfortunate her son here, not here tonight. I do want to point out, Miss Joyner, I did tell your son that we wanted to get you on the podcast this week. I don't know if he relayed that message.
Yeah, we need you to come on and explain your approach to the friendship of the CCR/Ghost Inspired Media team. We got 3 members that you apparently know very well, so we need to get your take. And while we're talking about this, we got a good battle here. Blake Ziti is now underneath Cody Leland for 3rd. He looks like he's going to do a slide job here and get in front of him. And Timothy St. Jean had to get on the brakes right there because after that slide job, Cody had to get on the brakes, and that's just checked up Timothy St. Jean.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now your leader, Sean Hayes, is starting to pull away from the field here early.
Yeah, I think Sean Hayes is running that middle line to outside line, especially in 3 and 4. whereas Sean Comedy, he was running more of the bottom lane, trying to be more advanced, and maybe wore out or heated up that front tire a little bit more than what Sean Hayes has done. Trying to be a little bit more conservative there, running that high side.
And we see a teammate pass there. Josh Laston just makes the move on Hot Carl Henderson for the 6th position. That's going to allow Josh Laston. He's going to try to set his sights here to move up to these top 5 guys.
Oh, we have a new guest. She said she'd be glad to join, and he did relay it.
I think it could be my favorite week ever, Adam.
It's going to be a good time for the podcast. If you guys don't watch it or listen to it, stay tuned. Every Friday night, we're there for about 2.5, 3 hours sometimes. And it's a good time. I mean, you get to know the drivers of the league. We try to get at least one driver from every series that we broadcast from, so you get to know a different driver every single week.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, this race looking very strong. We're on lap 14 of 80. All green flags so far, with your leader still Sean Hayes leading every lap. But the battle here heating up for the 2nd spot as Blake Ziti trying to make up this time on Sean Carmody.
So, do we have a fuel estimate? Exactly how much fuel do these guys have remaining? How many laps are we estimated for them to go green flag? Because, I mean, the way they're keeping up this pace here, they're going to have a green flag stop here coming up pretty soon.
I do not have any sort of information like that. Now that you said that, I probably should have talked to one of my teammates and got that information before this.
Now, let's see. I want to see if I can pull up some statistics here from these guys. See if there's anything that's out here. If this HUD will work for me. While I do that, let's see if there's any. Where's Timothy St. Jean right now is underneath Cody Leland coming out of turn 2. He's to the inside, and Cody prevails right there. He was able to stay up there. If he takes this high line, I think he's going to be able to clear him coming off turn 4 with this momentum.
Yeah, Cody able to keep that position there, but look who's sneaking there in the frame. That's Josh Laston starting to catch the number 6 of Tim St. Jean.
Yeah, he's coming up on him really quick. He's just biding his time, conserving his tires. That's what I would do at least. I'd be running that higher line, trying to get that momentum, because, I mean, it pays dividends. You might be quicker through the center, but down the backstretch.
We watched the number 50 there, Blake Ziti, get really loose coming out of turn 4. As we got side-by-side racing now, Tim St. Jean right next to Cody Leland as they come out of turn 2, battling down the backstretch. He's going to stay to that inside there, see if he can make the pass coming out of 3. Coming through 3, coming out of 4, but Cody Leland's going to get that drive, and it's going to keep him out front of Tim St. Jean just by a nose as they come back into turn 1.
Yeah, they're having a good side-by-side door.
Oh, Josh Laston gets into the wall.
Yeah, I never really got into turn 2's wall coming out of it. Turn 4 during practice, man, me and them, we had developed a love-hate relationship. I hit it way too many times. Luckily, I was able to scave it off during the whole entire race and never slapped the wall, which was great for me.
Well, and I don't want to be cynical to any of my teammates, but if Josh Laston keeps that up, I'm going to have to start making fun of him and tell him he needs to take the wall on the date, because apparently that was their joke after our dirt race for me. As we see, the battle still there. Tim St. Jean all over the back of Cody Leland, unable to find a way around yet, but Josh Laston, he's made up that time he lost from tapping the wall, and he's all over the back of Tim St. Jean.
Yeah, these guys are battling hard up here. This is, what, for 5th, 6th right here.
Oh, Cody Leland into the wall.
Yeah, Cody last night, he was running a decent race, and he, right after getting fresh tires, he pushed a little bit too much and it hit the outside wall, went and cut some grass just a little bit, and said his truck just, after doing that, did not handle good whatsoever, tightened up and just wouldn't turn.
Well, what that allowed Tim St. Jean to do is he allowed Tim St. Jean to get underneath him and make the pass. Cody Leland now fighting back there on the outside once again as they come down in turn 1. Will Tim St. Jean gives him plenty of room to be able to run that mid line, and that's going to allow him to get a nice run off and clear Cody Leland once again coming down the backstretch.
Yeah, it's a pain to try to find which line to run going in that corner. I tried many different lines. I couldn't find the best one. I tried to diamond it. I tried doing low, tried to do high. It was just pain. I couldn't find it where I could be faster than others. I just know I knew how to take lines away from others.
Yeah, absolutely. We also seen Josh Lassen. He was able to make the pass as he works his way now up to 5th position. Your top 5, Sean Hayes still leads, followed by Sean Carmody, Blake Ziti, Tim St. Jean, and Josh Lassen.
Yeah. So right now they're on lap 24 here. Green flag. Looking great so far. Everybody's given plenty of room, especially when they go door to door. I mean, it's close action, but they're actually still giving them plenty of room. They're not blocking the runs going off the corner, which is nice. I try not to block other people's runs whenever they come off it. They clear. Timothy St. Jean was able to let Cody, whenever he was door to door going across the finish line, he could have slid up there, but he didn't. He gave him plenty of room. I like that. That's good friendly racing. You let somebody else, have a run, see what they can do with it. If they can't do with it, and you can cleanly get it and not block them, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, the rest of the field, pretty sporadic there. Everything pretty spread out. This is about your toughest fight, as Tim St. Jean now closing on the back is Blake Ziti.
Yeah, he closed the door on Blake Ziti pretty quickly. And they closed the gap right there. He like shot out of a cannon right there, how close they got to the backside of Blake Ziti's bumper.
And again, I'm going to restate this. These guys having a phenomenal race. We're on lap 27 of 80. At the rate we're going, we're definitely going to have some green flag stops.
Yeah, right now, St. Jean's about between 1 to 2 tenths of a second faster than Blake Ziti over the past 4 or 5 laps. So he's been coming. Ooh, they get a little. I don't know if that was a love tap or not. Right there, one of them wiggled.
To me, it didn't look like it. It looked like Blake Ziti may have got a little loose and come down, scared Tim St. Jean. That's going to let Josh Lassen get to the inside of Tim St. Jean.
Yeah, Josh Lassen's matching pace with St. Jean, and right now he's been closing the gap on Ziti another 2 tenths of a lap every time. Ooh, Josh isn't used to running side by side coming off that corner, and neither was St. Jean. They both slid on the lap after lap. We got somebody on pit road. That's Dave Wright. So Dave Wright he just entered pit road. I don't know if this is a scheduled pit stop or what.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Adam, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. I hate to do this. I am race control. We're going to hold on to this, but my daughter, who unfortunately broke her arm a couple of nights ago, has to use the bathroom. I'm the only parent home, so I'm going to have to go help her real quick.
No worries, man. You take care of her. I'll call the action here. Who are you left on? So we got Josh Lassen right now. He's closing the gap on St. Jean. St. Jean's trying to close the gap on Blake Ziti. It's hard to make these passes here. Like you've seen, guys, they get underneath them. They try to pull out, but that high line prevails. Blake Ziti's running that high line, trying to take it away, and there's nothing they can do. If I was Blake Ziti, I'd go a little bit higher in the corner. You'd get a little bit more of a run. You're able to get back on the throttle. Here in 1 and 2, he gave that bottom line up right there. I think it's going to be over. I think he's going to be able to clear him going into turn 4, coming out of turn 4 here. During turn 1 and 2, you got to protect that bottom line. You can't run the high line. They can get the run on you, just like you saw St. Jean. Now, I think St. Jean's going to start to sail away from Blake Ziti, and Blake Ziti's going to fall in the grasp of Josh Lassen. Let's see. Yeah, last lap, Josh Lassen was 3 tenths of a second faster than Blake Ziti. Ooh, he closes the gap pretty good right there. Josh Lassen needs to take that outside line now. Blake Ziti on that one run the middle line. If Josh moves up to that third line in 3 and 4, he'll have the momentum as long as Blake Ziti leaves the door open right there for him. Cody Leland, though, he's coming back right now. He's going to be right there. Josh Laston is trying. He got to the door, but then that outside line pushed forward. Was able to get by him. Josh is trying to get to the outside of him here coming out of turn 2, but it doesn't happen. He's now going to look low. He's got a good head of steam right here going into turn 3. He's still door to door with them. He's coming out. He's going to be door to door going into turn 1 here. I think Josh is going to be able to power out of turn 1 here, hit that bottom line and go. He has to maintain that. He can't let Blake go by too much. Josh is trying to run as high as possible in this line. If you go too low, you don't get a good run compared to the outside. This is a great battle. These guys are showing great respect. They're giving plenty of gap, but at the same time, they're racing pretty hard. The number 30 right there of Nick Adams. Nick Adams is coming into the frame. I don't know if you guys can see it. If you look in the back, Cody Leland's coming up, and Nick Adams and the gray number 30 CCR. Ooh, that was a slice move right there. Blake Ziti's going to do the crossover move. Going to try to drive under Josh, but Josh is just going to power him off this corner. He's going to clear him. Blake Ziti lost a ton of time right there. Josh is going to go on by, and now he's trying to set his sights back on the 3rd place, Timothy St. Jean. Hitman Phil Manzo here. He's going to go. He's already a lap down. Josh Laston's got to get by him so he can catch up to the number 6 of Timothy St. Jean, the Guitar Addict car. Blake Ziti now is being challenged by Cody. Cody Leland is now on the inside of Blake Ziti, coming out of turn 4. Couldn't make the pass happen. Drifts up. Can Cody Leland or Nick Adams use the car of Phil Manzo as they pick? Going into 3 and 4 somehow to get past Blake Ziti. I think one of them. Ooh, Cody Leland gets super loose coming off the corner, trying to put the power down. Nick Adams is going to get by him. He's going to get by Phil Manzo here in turn 1 and 2. And he's going to set his sights on Blake Ziti now. Adams has been coming up. He's been between 2/10. The last lap he was 4/10. He doors him. He doors him. Oh man, that is not going to sit well with Blake Ziti right there. Nick Adams drove down to the yellow line and slid up to the inside of Blake Ziti. Blake Ziti is not a happy camper after that one. I guarantee it. But Nick Adams was a man on a mission, and he pushed forward.
And I'm back. What did I miss, Adam? Let's see here. Josh Laston moving up. As we see Sean Hayes, Sean Carmody, Tim St. Jean, Josh Laston.
So Blake Ziti just got passed by your teammate, Nick Adams. And Nick Adams dropped all the way almost to the apron in 3 and 4 and slid up into the door of Blake Ziti and kind of moved him out of the way. That's my professional term. He moved him out of the way to take that spot. Blake Ziti had to let off the gas because if not, he was going into the wall. And Cody Leland was able to take advantage of that situation and get by Blake Ziti as well.
And we've been green flag racing here this entire race, lap 44 of 80. What a race by the TNT series here tonight.
Yeah, I really wish we knew what the fuel mileage was so we could make it a little bit more dramatic for the viewers at home to see who's going to be able to push it, if it'll be a one-stop race. But it looks like it's going to be a one-stop race. We're at lap 44 here, and nobody's pitted. I mean, as long as they can move at least 6+ more laps, they would be able to make it on one stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, we're not seeing anything like we've seen in the truck race last night with Justin Anderson. Justin Anderson was able to pit early, get off pit cycle with everybody else. That allowed him to go over halfway with the fuel. And then once he was able to do that, he had well, not really a one fuel, but one green flag stop, which gave him the win.
Yeah, he was able to conserve tires during the whole entire time. He was kind of out there by himself, or, you know, he's a fast driver. So if he came up with the rear of the pack or anybody else, he was able to maneuver him. He's a great driver. He doesn't push the issue for the most part. So he was able to drive by a lot of people. I know he was finally, after I think he was about a 10-15 laps different pit cycle than what the rest of the pack was on. And he was able to make those 10-lap fresher tires work and drive all the way through the pack. So I know he started dead last in the field.
Yeah, right now we're taking a look here. Sean Carmody's getting a little bit of heat from the number 6 of Tim St. Jean. He right now has been one of the faster guys on the track, turning these lap times. And he's now caught the second place driver as he will try to look to go after Sean Hayes. But Sean Hayes right now with the 5-second lead.
Yeah, Sean Hayes, basically every race he comes in, I mean, he normally dominates, and that's what he's doing right now. I mean, he has a 5-second gap right now over the second place, and I think Timothy St. Jean wants to cut into it if he can get past Sean Carmody right now.
Absolutely. While we got a second, Adam, let's take a moment and listen to our sponsor.
The AOLL Racing League began racing in the early 90s with Papyrus's NASCAR Racing and has grown over the decades, now racing on the iRacing platform. The AOLL has 3 divisions: the TNT Series Developmental Division for our beginners and those getting back into racing, the Cup Series for our veterans and Class A licensed drivers, the Sportsman Division racing the Gander outdoor trucks with drivers from the TNT and Cup Series. You can catch all of the AOLL action here on Ghostfire Media.
And we're back here from Iowa Speedway. Continue to watch the number 40 of Sean Carmody as he right now still has the heat coming from the number 6 of Tim St. Jean.
Yeah, these guys are battling hard. We're at lap 50. We're at the halfway mark, right? Or is this 80?
We are lap 52 of 80, so we are well over the halfway mark.
Yeah, these guys, do they even have to pit? That's going to be the question, because if I had to pit, I would come in sooner here so I can at least try to make my tires work and be a little bit more fresh going towards the end. If not, I would have to come in. If it's going to be more towards the end, I do a fuel only or a right side only, something to that effect. Because if you change all 4 tires in this car, you're going to be a lot slower than those who don't. Time to make those 4 tires work for you.
Well, and I believe we're seeing those 4 tires working right now with the number 66 passing Josh Laston there. That's Gary Winters, who right now is turning about a second lap faster than the rest of the field.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it last night when people got fresh tires. They they wanted to go past you, and you know, look, sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. Like Gary Winters right now, he's going to have to be patient because he's a lap down. He's got fresh tires. He wants to get by these guys, but he can't rain on these guys' as parade too much because they're battling for a position.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right about that. Right now, you kind of got to take that back seat and almost conserve your tires as you let the second and third spot really fight this one out as Tim St. Jean stays all over the back of Sean Carmody.
Gary Winters drives down below him right here. And I mean, this is a smart move for Gary Winters, and this is where I would be if I want to be a lap car. I'm going to be on the outside. Or if I'm Timothy St. Jean, I let the lap car go in the bottom. I can still keep a good run. I don't have to sacrifice my exit speed and let them go on by me.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're lucky, I mean, almost that he could help move Sean Carmody just a little bit. As you see right there, Tim St. Jean tries to follow the 66. They're in that low line as he hopes he moves Sean Carmody enough to where he can get underneath him and get around him.
There's another lap traffic. We're coming up on Tom Stevens here in the number 9 Napa Chevy right here, ARCA car. So I don't think he's on fresh tires, so I think he's just going to be a lap down. Yeah, Tom Stevens the last one a lap. He hasn't pitted just yet.
And right now, your leader, Sean Hayes' lead grows. It is now 7 seconds back, or excuse me, 7 seconds ahead of Sean Carmody.
Yeah.
And a mistake there.
Woo! Man, he was hanging that car out.
Yeah, Tom Stevens is holding up the number 40 there, and the 6, Tim St. Jean, really tried to capitalize that and really hung it out and almost collected in the wall there.
That's the hard part right there, is you see that the person that you're battling with is going to be stuck behind him, so you become a little bit too aggressive instead of running your line. If he would have ran his line, I think he would have been able to clear him going into turn 1, or at least been door to door with him. But this has let Josh Lasseter come into the picture here with the bottleneck with Tom Stevens.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he started coming up there as these two were fighting it out here for second place, and they continue to fight. This is going to let Josh really keep up in this fight.
Yeah, these guys, he's running the low line. Josh is running the high line. I guess he's running where they're not. And if I was Josh, I'd continue to run the high line, not to superheat my tires. Wait until these guys make a mistake and capitalize on it. They're going to fight hard. You just sit back and just wait.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are fighting. Tim St. Jean trying to do everything he can to get around the number 40 here, Sean Carmody, and try to take this position. Just unable to find that momentum coming out.
There you go. There's Tim. He's going to take it. He's got it now. He's on the outside of Sean Carmody. He's going to take it. He's going to ride on the outside coming out of turn 4 here, and he's going to blow his doors off.
Yeah, and that's going to be a hurt move right there for the number 40 of Sean Carmody, because that's going to open the door for Josh Laston.
If Josh Laston can get to his door just like did,
and right there, he's getting there.
He just lost 2 spots because of that.
And there goes that, as we kept talking about, that issue of you cannot go to that low line. Once you start getting lower than these guys, it's all over. They're carrying that momentum coming out of these corners as they head down these straights.
Yeah, I really like this track. You know, I've only raced on it a couple times, and it's been a long time since I have. And to me, it's the corners are kind of like Nashville. But Nashville, I think, has a sharper exit, so you can't put down the power like you can here. Here, you still have to be mindful of how you put the power down, but you can basically go from, like a light switch and put it down if your car's pointed out. Where Nashville, you still kind of had to baby it and feather the throttle. So it's kind of like Nashville and Richmond, but it's a better version of both of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Laston, you see him, he's all over the place. He's now looking for that line to get around that number 6, but if I was Josh, I wouldn't look to that inside.
Yeah, you're going to heat up your tires trying to go to the bottom side. You're just going to have to wait until Timothy St. Jean makes a mistake and just bide your time and save your tires.
Dare I say, Adam, I don't believe they may not need to make a pit stop here. We have 16 laps to go and nobody has pitted yet. I believe they may not need a pit stop.
I wonder if the 11th through 14th who did pit, I wonder if the car was ill handling or had some type of damage. They needed to come in and just want to be able to make it to the end and enjoy the race.
Yeah, absolutely. You see John Gordon there. He slides that outside. Gives these guys plenty of room to get around him as we see that battle keep brewing here for second position between Tim St. Jean, Josh Laston, and Sean Carmody.
Yeah, right now there's only 8 cars now in the lead lap. Blake Ziti is now the last one on the lead lap, and he is 24 seconds back now. He has fallen off the pace since Nick Adams passed him.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Hey, Johnny Downey just stated that they can go all the way, so we won't, unless we see a caution, I don't foresee seeing anybody coming in.
Well, they need to change the fuel up. These guys need to have a competition caution, or they need to be able to pit during these things. That added stress of having to hit that pit lane here, especially at Iowa. You either have to slow down, give up a lot of time coming into turn 4, or you brake really hard at the end of turn 4 and make a jackknife left into pit road here. That's how this pit road is set up. There's a huge wall.
Well, we see this battle keeps going. Right now we have Josh Laston. And I want to point out, Blake Gordon just commented on YouTube. He said that he don't think the Nick Adams quote-unquote pass really hurt Pasta that much. He said he just murdered his tires.
Gotcha. Yeah, man, he was having to defend like crazy, and which hurts your tires. You'll superheat them. They might not be too worn out per se, but they're overheated, and an overheated tire doesn't work.
Well, and it looks like Blake Ziti now, a.k.a. Blake Pasta, has a new nickname.
So Johnny Downey said Iowa was designed by one of my favorite all-time drivers, Rusty Wallace, to be a higher bank and a faster track than Richmond. So yes, that's the reason why I like it way better than I like Richmond and Nashville. I like being able to have these wonderful corners where we're able to run too wide safely and be able to put the power down and not like, oh crap, is my rear end coming around because I put too much power down. That's how I felt running at Richmond every single time.
And we're on board right now with Josh Laston as we watch him running behind Tim St. Jean. You hear him coming off that throttle nice and early, lets it roll into that corner, gets back into that throttle, not full throttle as he's on that throttle coming out. And really driving here into 3 and 4 as he makes up a little bit of time there on Tim St. Jean.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's got anything for Sean Hayes. Sean Hayes is checked out with 9.75 gap. So yeah, Sean Hayes, unless something happens, he gets murdered by lap traffic, or just does something completely out of whack, there's no stopping him tonight.
And Blake Pasta is in the pits right now. We see Josh Laston. He's getting there on the inside of Tim St. Jean, but being on that inside line, Tim St. Jean gets that run and he pulls away from him.
Yeah, you're just going to have to time it to where you can get to the outside of him. You just hope that during 1 and 2, he goes way down too low and has a horrible exit, and you're able to capitalize on it and gets to the outside of the person going down the back straightaway, so you can have that wonderful run off of turn 4. Because right now, it ain't going to happen the other way around.
We just got word that Pasta actually blew a right front tire, 0% for his right front tire.
Ooh, I wonder if he messaged that over the radio chat to make other people nervous.
I don't know. That's I'm lucky to see tires get down around 70%. 0%, that's impressive.
I wonder if he ran over debris. Do we need to throw a mandatory caution here to go out there? Does somebody throw a crowbar out there? What happened?
Well, hey, we got 5 laps left, and Sean Hayes, just another dominating performance. He's got almost 11-second gap here on this battle for second place as Josh Laston doing everything he can with 4 laps to go as this time by as Josh Laston looking to try to take this second spot.
These guys are battling hard. Josh is trying to do whatever he can to put pressure to make Timothy St. Jean mess up, and St. Jean's just trying to hit his line and not mess up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Josh closes the gap, but that's all he can do in this position. You got to do something different in 3 and 4, man. You got to run the outside line and carry that momentum going into 1 and 2, and then continue to carry that momentum to a higher line and see if that'll work. You can't keep running the same line behind them and expect a different result.
Well, this just in again, we're seeing the 19. We're looking at the 19 right now. John Gordon, he's now heading down pit road. It was just confirmed he also blew a right front.
Whoa. Hey, we need to check these Endeavor cars then. If we got 2 Endeavor cars blowing a right front, there's something going on. Ooh, Cody Leland, he is pushed up. Yeah. Oh, man. He tried to run the bottom line, probably did not get braked all the way and blew up the track right there, which Josh Laston is not happy about.
He is way off pace right now.
He's probably just trying to limp it home. He's seen with the other 2 cars of Endeavor Racing. Like I said, that we need to check those cars out with officials after this race to see what's happening with these guys.
Well, we are on the final lap. Sean Hayes coming out of turn 4. He gets sideways. Sean Hayes is spinning. And he will back it across the finish line.
Oh man! Oh,
You know
he
what?
celebrated a little bit too early, but it worked.
You know what? I hate to say it. That's gonna Tim St. Jean's gonna take second. Third's gonna be Josh Lassen. After he just did that, it's official. I don't believe he actually. I think that was intentional.
Oh man, let me rewind that on my screen just to see. I mean, he had an 11-second gap. He could do whatever he wanted at that point.
I'm pretty sure that was intentional. I'm pretty sure he just intentionally spun that around to back it across the finish line.
Let's see.
As he's burning down the tires now. I'd be lying. That's going to be a conversation for the podcast. You guys ain't going to want to miss that one.
That's gonna be a conversation in like 3 minutes when we pull them into the booth.
I definitely got to hear this side of this one. That was intriguing. Sean Hayes with another dominant win here though tonight. Let's go ahead. Let's pull in our winner, Sean Hayes. Hey, Sean, it's Larry and Adam in the booth, man. You got a copy? Sean, it's Larry and Adam in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Impressive. Another dominant win, man. How does it feel to get 2 in a row in such dominating fashion?
Felt pretty good. Car handled pretty well tonight. Didn't actually mean to do that. And this time, got a little away from me.
And we were wondering, did the car get away from you, or you just wanted to celebrate early enough since you had a dominating 11-second lead there?
No, it got away from me that time. I expected to get a little loose, but not that loose.
Well, it was a dominating win, man. That was really impressive there. Did you expect this race to go entirely green flag racing?
No, I expected a caution around lap 20 or 60 like we had last week. But I thought it was pretty good run all the way through to be green.
Yeah, that was a heck of a race, man. Just another dominating fashion. I don't think I've seen anything like this since. You don't even see this in the Cup Series right now.
Yeah, I'm not good enough to be running in them cars. I mean, I struggled in the trucks a few times. I've ran the Sportsman Series.
Well, hey, man, what a win. Another dominating race, man. We look forward to the opportunity to see you again next week.
So near the end, we got in-race reporter and race admin gave us an update that we had 2 drivers out there below or right front. Did they come across the radio and tell anybody that they blew a right front?
I didn't hear it if they did. I'm sure I was starting to blow when they was starting to get a little tight throughout the run.
Yeah, we were wondering if they came across the radio and told anybody, because that's what I would do as a strategy. Like, dude, I blew a tire. Just want to let everybody know I blew a tire. And hopefully they all were like, oh crap, I don't want to blow a tire too. I'll go in the pits. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. I was expecting a green flag pit stops to start coming in. I already had everything checked off and ready to get some right sides and keep on digging.
I got you. Yeah, David writes that he's scared. He said, great win, but you scared the crap out of him with that.
That was not planned this time. I just got a little away from me.
Well, we didn't know what was going to happen, and we saw you throw in a reverse and just back across the line. We're like, either that was the greatest accident in the world or a really good victory celebration with 11-second lead.
That was the biggest accident you've seen, I guess.
Yeah, I'd be lying. I thought we were pulling some Ricky Bobby stuff going on there, going through that finish line backwards.
Well, at least I didn't flip it come to the line like he did.
Incredible, man.
Get out in the car and run.
Absolutely. Hey, man, great win, man. No, again, we look forward to seeing you next week, man. Congratulations again.
Appreciate it.
All right, well, let's pull in our second place winner, Tim St. Jean. Hey, Tim, it's Larry and Adam in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, I do, guys. How you doing?
I am doing fantastic. What a race for you here tonight, man. 80 laps under green flag conditions and second place finish, man. How's it feel?
Well, I feel pretty good, actually. The car was getting a little loose coming off corners, so I had to back up my corners a little bit and get a little slower in the middle so I can get a run off and keep Josh behind me. He was putting up a good battle.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it was tense up here in the booth watching you guys two run at it. You guys were door to door coming off of turns, and up here I'm like, man, if Tim just stays in the outside line in 3 and 4, he's got this. It's a golden. There's hardly anything you could do at this point to get by him. The low line doesn't work for a pass.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was trying to work my way up through the field, that the low line is just a little too hard to get off the corners and get a good run on the outside. Get a run on the guy on the outside, so I figured I'd have to stay on the outside in order to keep Josh behind me.
And you had to battle through a lot of guys. I mean, Blake Ziti put up a huge fight for you too, and luckily he gave up the outside line coming off of turn 2. I know you probably like the seasons part. I have a shot. Let's do this.
Yeah. Once I seen him go down, I had the door was opening the outside. I got to go for it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I have to compliment you, man. You had a strong qualifying run, better than I think I've seen you yet, and it all came together with you there. I mean, like I said, 80 laps, green flag racing. It seemed like this track was really hard to pass at too.
Yeah, but I really got to hand it to my sponsor, Guitar Addict. They gave me a hell of a car to run tonight.
Yeah, we just wish John, he's running one of the same sponsors, but maybe because John's is small and on the back and not all over the car like yours, it didn't give him the best of luck tonight. John, you hear that? You got to make it the main sponsor, not one of the little dinky $25 sponsors. He's the $1 million sponsor that needs to be on the hood.
Perhaps that's why they were cutting tires over there at Endeavor Racing.
Yeah, but I got to hand it out to the whole group, man. Keeping it green the whole race, that was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a blast being able to call a green flag race like that the entire time. But I will say one thing too: we run out of stuff to talk about at certain points. Believe it or not, I do shut up every now and then, and it is hard to talk for an hour straight under green flag conditions.
I mean,
You?
At least there was battles on the track. They didn't get spread open and just was 1 second or 2 second gap. There was actually pretty decent battles of racing, going on. Josh, Blake, Tim, they all put on a good show. Whenever I think Carl and Nick Adams, they were all battling at one point. I mean, there was action all over the track, and it was good to be able to actually call those type of things instead of everybody gapped. And I'm like, all right, what's going on with your life?
Yeah, it was pretty decent. I mean, and the guys that I had to go around to get positions on it, I think I was battling them just a little too hard, and because I noticed at the beginning of the race we were able to keep up with Sean Hayes, but once the race moved on and a lot of side-by-side racing, Sean got away from us.
Yeah, you guys, you're burning your tires up trying to make those bottom moves in 1 and 2, because I mean that's where you had to make the bottom move, and to do that you're putting more steering input. Whereas he didn't have to battle with anybody; he could run the line he wanted to and conserve his tires, which in the long run, he's able to pull away. That's how he got a over 11-second gap there at the end until he spun.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, when you're battling side by side, you really burn up the tires quickly.
Yeah, man. It was a fantastic race, not only for you, but I mean for the entire TNT series, man. It was a thrill to watch tonight. And congratulations again on the second, man. We hope to see you do even better, hopefully, next week, shall we?
I certainly hope so, and it should be a good race there. I'm not too fond of plate races, but hey, we'll see.
Absolutely, Tim. Appreciate you joining us, and we look forward to next week.
Thanks, Larry. Adam, you guys have a good night.
You too.
You do the same.
Well, Adam, let's take a look at the finish here. The results of tonight's race, In first, Sean Hayes with a 10-second winner. 10-second gap, excuse me. It just absolutely impressive. And then in second, Tim St. Jean. Third, Josh Lassen. In fourth, Sean Carmody. Fifth, Nick Adams. In sixth, Carl Henderson. Seventh, Cody Leland. In eighth, David DeParis. Ninth, Tom Stevens. And in 10th, Gary Winters.
In 11th, we have Hitman Phil Manzo. 12th was John Gordon. 13th was David Wright. 14th was David Wazinski. 15th was Blake Ziti. And that will wrap it up for tonight. These all guys drove a hell of a race. I commend these guys for staying clean the whole entire race. It was great battles, great side by side. There was just a little bit of a hiccup right there. But everybody kept it green. We love to see that, and we want to see more of it. Can't wait till next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And anybody watching right now, I apologize for this thing saying Daytona there up underneath. I'm not seeing where that has changed on my tickers, and it will not go away for me. Something to look at the end of this, Adam.
I gotcha. I know where it's at.
All right, perfect. But with that, I guess, with that being said, that'll do it from here at Iowa Speedway. Tomorrow night, we will be doing the podcast starting 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We may be having a very special guest, Ms. Joyner, which would be fantastic. That should be an absolute hoot. Last week, I'm going to tell you right now, Ross was just, it's going to be a hard person to beat as far as a guest. Last week's lineup was great with he and Cody Leland and who was in IVRL.
Nicholas Weatherby.
Yeah, all those guys were great. So definitely going to be hard to beat. But I definitely think we got a lineup that we can beat that with. And then 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Cup guys go racing live here on Ghostfire Media. They will be live from Talladega Motor Speedway. So plate racing. Guys are out practicing right now. Should be an absolute blast to watch on that one. And then the next race after that, IVRL on Tuesday night. Starts around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, I think we're at Kansas or Kentucky on Tuesday night, and next Wednesday in Sportsman, we're going to go to one of my favorite tracks, Bristol Motor Speedway.
I do look forward to some Bristol. We'll be on the call for that one as well. But with that being said, from Adam and the guys at Ghostfire Media, I'm Larry Patrick. Good night. Yeah, I'm not going to say the Sunshine State. I can't do it. That's Randy's thing.
You
Good night from
North
everybody.
Dakota doesn't have anything.
Nah, it's terrible. Good night from here, everybody here.